Have you ever felt like you've strayed so far that there's no way back? Jesus once told a story that speaks directly to that feeling. A story about a father and his two sons. It begins on a sunny day, with a family that seems to have it all. But the younger son's heart is restless. He's itching for adventure, for a life beyond the familiar fields of home. So, he approaches his father with a shocking request. Give me my share of the inheritance now. He's essentially saying, Dad, I wish you were already gone, so I could have your money. It's a deeply disrespectful thing to ask, but surprisingly, the father agrees. He divides his property and hands over a fortune to his younger son, with his pockets full and his heart set on freedom. The young man leaves everything he knows behind. He travels to a distant country, a place where no one knows his name. There, he dives head first into a life of wild extravagance. He throws lavish parties, surrounds himself with fair-weather friends, and burns through his inheritance at a dizzying pace. For a while, it's a non-stop thrill ride. Life is exciting, a grand adventure, but parties end and money runs out. And just as his last coin is spent, so are his so-called friends. They vanish, leaving him utterly alone. As if things couldn't get any worse, a severe famine sweeps across the land. Suddenly, there's no work, no food, and no one to turn to. The once wealthy young man is now destitute. Desperate for any way to survive, he takes the only job he can find, feeding pigs. For a Jewish man, this was the ultimate humiliation, a job considered unclean and degrading. He finds himself in a pigsty, surrounded by filth, his stomach growling with a hunger so intense that he actually starts craving the slop he is feeding the animals. It's in this moment of absolute misery, at his lowest point, that he finally has a moment of clarity. He hits rock bottom, and the hard ground of reality wakes him up. As he sits there, smelling of pigs and despair, a thought sparks in his mind. Wait a minute, he thinks. Back home, even my father's hired servants have more than enough food to eat. And here I am, starving to death. In that instant, a decision is made. He realizes the foolishness of his pride. I will get up and go back to my father, he resolves. He even rehearses his speech. Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Just treat me as one of your hired servants. He isn't asking to be a son again. He's just hoping for a job, for a crust of bread. With this shred of hope and a heart full of humility, he begins the long, uncertain journey home. He's walking down the road, still a long way from the house, probably looking dirty, thin, and defeated. But his father, who had likely been watching that same road every single day, spots a familiar figure in the distance. And what does he do? Does he wait? Does he scowl? No, the Bible says he is filled with compassion. He hitches up his robes and runs. In that culture, an older, respected man would never run. But this father doesn't care about dignity. He only cares about his son. He throws his arms around his boy's neck and kisses him. The son starts his prepared speech. Father, I have sinned. But the father barely lets him finish. He's not interested in the confession. He's overwhelmed with joy. He yells to his servants, quick, bring the best robe, and prepare a feast. Because this son of mine was dead, and is alive again. He was lost and is found. Meanwhile, the older brother is coming in from a long day's work in the fields. He calls the servant over and asks what's going on. Your brother has come home, the servant explains, and your father has thrown a huge celebration because he's back safe and sound. The older brother is furious. He refuses to go inside. His father comes out and pleads with him. But the brother is bitter. Look, he says, all these years I've slaved for you. I never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never even gave me a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours comes home, after squandering your wealth, you throw a massive party for him. The father's reply is gentle and full of love. My son, he says, you were always with me. and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate, we had to be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is now alive. He was lost and is now found. This powerful story isn't just about a reckless son and a forgiving father. It's a picture of God's relationship with us. It teaches us that no matter how far we wander, no matter how big our mistakes, God's love is bigger. He's always watching the road, waiting and ready to run to us the moment we decide to turn back home. His forgiveness isn't reluctant, it's extravagant. The story also serves as a warning through the older brother not to let pride, self-righteousness, or jealousy blind us to the beauty of grace. God's heart is for the lost, and all of heaven celebrates when just one person comes home. It's a message of incredible hope, showing us that a joyful welcome always awaits. Thank you so much for watching with us today. If this story touched your heart, please give this video a like, and consider subscribing to our channel for more content that explores faith and life. We'd love to have you as part of our community.